Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Malivore. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, tier lists, rankings, video game playthroughs, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. For those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. And Malivore, he wanted me to rank his movie requests that he sent to me. Because he sent other requests, topics, and other stuff, but just a movie request. And he mentioned there was another person who had requested that, and I'm like, that's fine, as long as you give me the list of all that you sent so I don't forget any. I just ranked it as in which I liked more, which I liked less. So that's no problem. So ranking not a Snoke, aka Malivore's requests. For those interested in requesting any other type of videos, rankings, topics, tier lists, video game playthroughs for an hour or full playthrough, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, movie reviews, re-reviews, whatever the case, PayPal's best way to do it. Cash App is available too. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can, so thank you. But here, I looked at his requests, and there's about 1, 2, 3, well, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 requests. Let me make sure I get this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Make sure I learn how to count. And we'll go from the bottom. He did say if I had any more insight to these, but to be honest, not really. What I said in the reviews is really how I felt, and because they're more fresh in my mind at that time, a lot of these I don't really have a lot of memory of details about them, to be quite honest. Number 7, the worst one, was the Turin House. This artsy fartsy black and white pile of feces where it was 2 hours and 26 minutes on the slowest, one of the slowest, most glacially paced films I've ever seen. Slowly walking with his horse for like 5-10 minutes, eating potatoes, sitting in the house, sit in a house some more. It's in black and white, so you know it's art. It's artfully done, right? There's a dust wind. Some people took all the damn water from the well. They this guy and his daughter sit in the fucking house more and more. They do this for 10 minutes. They wash their fucking hands for 15 minutes. They wash their ass for 20 minutes. I say all they do for 2 hours and 26 goddamn minutes until the end of the film. It's getting darker and darker out, then the candles go out, and then the movie's done. The idea is that they'll die or whatever the fuck. From the dust, the wind, the devil took over, devil came to Georgia. What the fuck? I didn't even have it. See, I was young. I didn't even do this before I did the video. You see, even think about it, made me yawn. Acting like a homeboy. Hanging with the homeboys. Going to have some fun tonight. With Dr. Feelgood. Just alright. See, I didn't even do that on purpose. It was a natural reaction. Holy fuck, that film sucked. And of these, that would be the one I would least want to rewatch, just for its damn running time of almost 2.5 hours. Number 6, Double Down. It's Neil Breen. Neil Breen movies are terrible, incompetent. I mean, there's some fun to be had if you're with buddies and you're laughing at it, and you're laughing at the terrible line readings and how nothing made sense and the garbage effects and nonsensical it is, and and competently stupid. Like, there's fun you can laugh at and stuff. So I put that above Turin House for that. But it's still nonsensical and stupid, and Neil Breen cannot act, and it's poorly made, poorly edited, like all of Neil Breen's movies. Number 5, I put Meet the Spartans. Because I'm sitting there going, both of these movies suck. Double Down, Meet the Spartans. But Meet the Spartans, thankfully it's short, if you don't care about the end credits. It has Kevin Sorbo, and I like Kevin Sorbo. I don't agree with all his thoughts on stuff, but I like Kevin Sorbo. I liked Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. I don't mind him as an actor. It was cool to see him in that. Didn't like the Rocky joke, and knocked at Stallone and all this other stuff. It's a god-awful comedy. It is, again, thankfully short, though. So there's that. Number 4, I guess I would put Homoti, the Turkish ET, which is flat out amateur hour. I mean, the look of ET, just type in Homoti on my channel, Homoti. You see what the damn creature looks like. Is in the poster, the thumbnail. And like I said, complete amateur hour. This probably had the least amount of budget of all of these movies on the list. So maybe being a little bit more lenient because of that. But it's pretty damn bad. Number 3, I put The Bloodhound from 2020, which was a loose adaptation of the Edgar Allan Poe The Fall of the House of Usher. And it's about this guy staying with his buddy at this really nice condo, and then slowly things trickle down where things are going awry. And I don't know if I really thought the acting was that bad, but it was a chore to sit through. It was very boring. I mean, it's better, okay, production-wise, it's better made than, say, Homoti or Double Down. It's not nearly as long as the Turin House. It's not as annoying, with comedy like Meet the Spartans. So while I do find the Bloodhound boring, that's why I would put it above those others. And again, these movies I don't have much to say because most of them, they're on the channel, the reviews, and they say them all. And the top 2, number 2, Sheep Impact. For those who don't know, Steven Seagal had been part of this commercial for Carlton Dry. It's a dry lager, a drink in Australia. And I guess they had this thing of, here's based on a true story, loosely based on it. And so it's a recreation of that story. But let's have Steven Seagal play this 26-year-old. So there's this guy and the 26-year-old Steven Seagal talking about going to this party, and they deal with the chicks, and they see sheep. One's going to kill it, and Seagal's like, no, you cannot kill it. The animal is our friend. Eventually, this cop comes by and is wondering, what are you doing? I'm not trying to kill this animal. My woolly friend, I saved you. Help us. So the sheep jumps on the cop, if you want to call him a cop, whatever. Seagal and his buddy run off. They get to the party, and then eventually that cop or whatever, ranger, whatever, comes by, and now he wants to kill the sheep. And Seagal's like, "What are you doing?" Disarms the guy's knife, which is funny. I do remember this. When he disarms the knife, in one shot, the guy's holding the knife this way. It does the thing where it repeats in multiple angles. In the second angle, the guy's holding the knife and it's downward. So Seagal disarms it and it shows it like three angles. But in one angle, the guy's holding the knife and it looks up, and the other, the guy's holding the knife and it looks down. So I don't know if that was on purpose or was such an egregious continuity error. And then Tito flips the guy. I mean, it's less than 5 minutes long. It's funny to see Seagal, one of the few times he takes a poke at him. Well, it's not even a poke at him, just doing some bit comedy. It's a commercial. I mean, it's nothing to run home about, but it was the idea of Seagal being this 26-year-old and the way he was talking. They're trying to write dialogue for him to sound like a 26-year-old. Like, that was kind of funny. The whole thing with the sheep, it was goofy and silly, and you maybe get some what the fuck chuckles out of it. And yeah, it's less than 5 minutes long, and probably one of the better things Seagal has done in the past 10, 20 years, sadly. Wasn't long enough to get anything irritating, aggravating, or annoying about it. This chair is just really squeaking, if you hear that. Oh, I think it's because it's by this desk. That doesn't help. So it's leaning on this desk. Anyway. Because this is a guy who's like, "You farted." I'm like, "No, it's the squeaking of the chair. Trust me, if I farted, it would sound a lot different." And you don't want to hear that. Anyway, number one, I would say, was the Comic Book Superheroes Unmasked documentary. That was pretty decent. It's on YouTube, 2 hours, but that's with commercials. It's kind of fun to see the old school commercials during that. That's what I like to do sometime, just react to old commercials. But I have a fascination with old commercials. I don't know why. But the Comic Book Superheroes Unmasked, it was a documentary on the History Channel. And as the title suggests, it goes through the beginnings of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, X-Men. They talk with Stan Lee, and they talk with other people, as well as some historian aficionados, about the time period and the changes Wonder Woman went through, among other heroes. Did Stan Lee's interviewed. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. They talked a bit with Frank Miller, with his Dark Knight stories. They mentioned a bit of Watchmen. They go through into Watchmen a little bit. Spawn, they go into a little bit. Like I said, it's only 2 hours with commercials, so without them, be what, an hour and 40 some maybe. So it's a short amount of time to go through all the history of comic books. But it's cool to see a lot of the pages from back in the day. Nice bit of learning too, because this is the History Channel. And Keith David voices, he's the narrator. Can't go wrong with Keith David. Keith David's the man. He was the voice of Spawn and the cartoon. And of course he was voicing Gargoyles. He was in John Carpenter's The Thing, They Live. Speaking of Steven Seagal with Marked for Death, he was in that. So great to have Keith David on there. The subject material, being fascinated by it. Remember, look at some of the history. Learn about the old golden days of comics. Hearing Keith David narrate it, pretty cool. It's still on YouTube. I double checked. Yeah, comic book superheroes unmasked documentary. Again, it's still on YouTube. I forget who uploaded it, the name of the channel, but again, you'll see it's about 2 hour block. That was definitely my favorite of these. So, take that for you all. So with that said, thanks once again, Malivore. Take care. Thank you for the requests. Really do appreciate when people send them in. Very nice of you. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.